Hi everyone, welcome to Sean Burgess Fitness and thank you for tuning in to our Flexibility Matters video on how to actively stretch the hip joint. So for all of the exercises that I'm going to show you today, you will need to obtain a light to medium resistance band. Or if you don't have a band at home, you can just use a long towel as an alternative. So in addition to your band, you're also going to need somewhere comfortable to lie down. Before I get started, let me just remind you guys that active stretches or mobility stretches are great for increasing the range of movement around a specific joint. And the hip joint is a very important part of the body, especially if we're going to be exercising and lifting weights under load or playing a sport, and especially for those that might have had any kind of serious or minor trauma to the hip joint over a period of time. So let's get started. I want you to just lie on your back and place the band around the balls of the foot on the side that you're going to work. So we're going to just basically start by drawing some small circles. Okay? So as you'll see on the caption, this is what I call a hip circle. So you are just going to just draw a little circle going in and out like so. And if you want to increase the range of movement here, feel free. So you can go wider. So obviously you get more of a muscular stretch into the muscles that surround the hip. But if you have had any sort of major trauma, especially like hip replacement, I would advise keeping these circles quite small. So if you've seen our explanation video or any of the previous active stretching videos on our Flexibility Matters channel, you'll know that I always advise to do one set of 10 reps. On this one, you can actually almost double up and do another 10 reps where you circle in the opposite direction. Okay? And again, I would advise starting with small circles and building up your range of movement. Okay, so we're going to move on now to our second exercise. This one's quite similar to what I've just shown you there. We're going to do something called hip abduction to try and mobilise some of these tissues on the outside of the hip here, and hip adduction, which is going to be to lengthen the adductor muscles on the inside of your hip joint. So basically, I want you to try and keep your head down on the mat the best you can, and your shoulders, so almost just spray your arms out. Hold the band quite loosely, and then just let your leg drop across your body, and then to the outside. Okay, so it's quite an advanced stretch, this one. You know, not everybody will be able to do this with control, or get the same range of movement as I'm probably showing you here. So just really take your time. All of these stretches should be performed under control and within your comfortable range of movement. Okay, so don't feel like you're ever forcing the hip joint itself and the muscles that surround it into an uncomfortable position. You will naturally just start to loosen up as the stretch goes along. So in terms of the sets and reps prescription, exactly the same. One set of 10, but just remember they're going over and out counts as one rep. So it's almost two movements for one rep. And the final stretch I'm going to show you with the resistance band is going to be what we call knee flexion. Okay, so this is almost as much for the knee joint as it is for the hip, but we're also taking the hip here into a stretch, so you're lengthening through the glutes, especially at the bottom and top of the hamstrings, and then we're holding back quite loosely and going forwards into extension. So I want you to use this one almost for your knee joint as well as your hip joint, and just try and increase that range. You might need to hold the band a little bit tighter to that knee to your chest, and then just go out and just push against the band for a bit of resistance. Okay? So that's the stretch you can do there. There's other stretches I can show you with the band where you can just focus on that extension movement, so you might just want to do that as an isolated exercise for 10 reps. And that's also really good for lengthening that medial hamstring, it goes without saying. And you can change the angle, as I've shown you in the previous videos, to hit different aspects of the hamstring, bicep femoris and semitendinosus. Okay guys, I'm going to wrap it there. thank you, as always, for tuning in to watch today's video. If you have any related queries in regards to the guidance, then please do not hesitate to get in touch at any time, and I will look forward to seeing you again soon.